Listening test instructions. The listening test is about 50 minutes. There are 6 parts in listening test. You will have about 6 minutes to listen to each passage and answer the questions. The passage will be played once.
Hey, you look concerned. What's on your mind?
The final exam. I'm not fully prepared yet.
Well, don't worry too much. You still have 3 days.
Yeah, but 3 days will fly past in a wink.
Well, you still have time to cram things in your brain anyway.
Question 1. Why is the man looked worried?
You will hear a conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for taking the time to help me out today. I'm in a bit of a bind. I've been trying to access an important document for a project due later today, but my computer is acting up and keeps crashing whenever I try to open it.
No problem. I'm glad you called. Let's take a look at what's going on. Can you tell me a bit more about the error message or any unusual behavior you've noticed?
Sure. It started this morning when I attempted to open the document. It froze up completely and then just went black, forcing me to reboot the system. Since then, every time I try to access the file, the screen flashes briefly and then crashes.
That sounds frustrating, especially with a deadline approaching. It's possible that there could be an issue with your hard drive or some software conflict. Have you noticed any other performance issues with your computer, like slow loading or random pop-ups?
Now that you mention it, the computer has been noticeably slower over the past couple of days. I also started seeing a few notifications about outdated software. I wasn't sure if they were important, so I just ignored them.
Good to know. It could very well be related. Outdated software or malware can lead to system instability. Let's start by checking the computer for any potential updates and running a diagnostic scan. Are you okay if I remotely access your device for a minute to check?
Yes, please. The sooner this gets sorted, the better. I don't have time to waste today.
Why did the employee's computer crash when trying to open the document? What does the employee seem most concerned about? What is the IT technician's primary concern?
You will hear the second section of the conversation shortly.
All right, I'm accessing your system now. Let's first check for software updates. It's crucial to keep everything up to date to prevent potential security risks and performance issues. I'll initiate that scan now.
Sounds good. I really appreciate you moving quickly on this. I was starting to think I'd be working late just to get this task done.
I understand, and we'll do our best to have you back on track soon. The update check is running, but in the meantime, I'm going to run a basic diagnostic to rule out any deeper issues with the drive.
Okay, what should I expect during this part? Is it going to take a long time?
It shouldn't take more than a few minutes. While that's going on, tell me if you've noticed anything unusual, like any files or applications that take longer to open than usual.
Now that you mention it, I did have trouble opening an application yesterday. It was the file manager, and it just wouldn't load no matter what I did.
That's a good clue. It might point to a software conflict or even a corrupted file. We'll see what the diagnostics turn up, and if we need to, we can reinstall or repair certain applications. The update scan is almost done, so let's see what it finds.
Why did the IAT technician start the diagnostic check? What is implied about the employee's work schedule? Why might the IT technician be concerned about a potential software conflict?
You will hear the third section of the conversation shortly.
Great! I've completed the diagnostic scan. It looks like there were several outdated software components and some potential issues with your drive space. Good news is, it didn't find any serious malware or damage to the system, but the outdated files were likely causing the crashes.
Phew, that's a relief. So what's the next step? Can I get back to work soon?
I've already initiated the necessary updates, and they're downloading now. Once they're installed, we'll restart the system to apply the changes. After that, we'll check to make sure the document you need opens without any problems.
That sounds perfect. I'm glad this wasn't as bad as I thought it might be. Will I need to do anything on my end after the updates finish?
Just a quick restart, and then you should be good to go. I'll keep an eye on your system remotely to make sure everything's working as expected. If you run into any more issues, don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you so much for this, Alex. I really appreciate the quick help.
No worries. Good luck with your project, and I'll be here if anything else comes up.
What does the IT technician suggest the employee will need to do after the updates? What can be inferred about the employee's initial assumption about the issue?
You will hear a conversation followed by 5 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hi there. I'm excited about the city tour today. It's my first time visiting.
Welcome. We're so glad to have you. I'm Sam, and I'll be your guide today. Can I get your name?
Sure, I'm Emma. Nice to meet you, Sam.
Great to meet you, Emma. So, have you been exploring the city much already, or is this your first real day out?
Actually, I only just arrived yesterday, so today is the first day I'm really getting to see everything. I've heard a lot about the historic district. Is that part of the tour?
Absolutely. The historic district is one of our main stops. It's full of charming old buildings, unique shops, and of course, the famous town square with the old clock tower. Have you heard about the story behind it?
Not yet, but I'd love to. Is it true that the clock tower has been there since the 1800s?
Yes, that's right. It's one of the oldest landmarks in the city. Legend has it that the clock stopped for a week in 1887, and during that time, the city faced an unusual heat wave. People were so used to seeing the clock that they said the heat was just unbearable without it. Once it started working again, it was like a return to normalcy. Isn't that fascinating?
Wow, I didn't know that. I'll have to keep an eye out for that during the tour. Are there other places we'll visit today?
Yes, definitely. We'll go through the old market, where you can see artisans at work and taste some local treats. Then, we'll make our way to the riverfront and take a little boat ride. It's an excellent way to see the city from a different perspective.
That sounds amazing. How long will the boat ride last? I might want to plan for dinner afterward.
It's about 30 minutes, just enough to enjoy the view. After that, we'll head to the restaurant district. There are a few fantastic spots for dinner, like the Riverside Cafe with seafood or that Italian bistro near the old bridge. Which type of food do you prefer?
I'm definitely in the mood for seafood. I heard this city has the best fresh catches.
You heard right. The seafood here is incredible. You'll love it. We'll make sure you have enough time to explore the area and choose the perfect place.
Thanks, Sam. I'm really looking forward to today. I can already tell I'm going to love it here.
That's the spirit. Let's get started and make today unforgettable.
What can be inferred about the city's clock tower based on the tour guide's story? What does the conversation imply about the tourist's attitude toward the tour? What can be inferred about the tour guide's approach? What can be inferred about the tourist's choice of food? Based on the conversation, what is most likely true about the old market?
You will hear a conversation followed by 6 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Good afternoon, Sam. How are you feeling about your upcoming interview?
Hi, Mr. Lee. I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. I know the job is a great opportunity, but I'm not sure I'm prepared for the questions.
I understand that. Interviews can be intimidating, but preparation is key. Let's go through some common questions and ways to tackle them with confidence. Are you ready?
Yes, definitely.
Great. Let's start with the classic, tell me about yourself. This is your chance to present yourself in the best light. Keep it brief, positive, and tailored to the role. Start with your background, highlight key achievements, and tie it to the job you're applying for.
Okay, so I could say something like, I have 5 years of experience in customer service, and during that time, I led a team that boosted customer satisfaction scores by 15%?
Exactly, Sam. You want to show your accomplishments and demonstrate what you can bring to the table. Now, a question that catches people off guard is, what's your greatest weakness? Remember, don't avoid the question. Instead, mention a real weakness and how you're working to improve it.
So if I say, I sometimes struggle with asking for help, but I'm getting better by setting clearer boundaries and seeking feedback more often, would that work?
Absolutely, that shows honesty and self-awareness. Now let's move on to building your confidence. One way to do that is through practice. I want you to stand in front of a mirror, smile, and practice your answers. Visualize yourself speaking clearly and confidently.
Okay, I can do that. What about handling stress if a question comes up that I'm not prepared for?
Good question, Sam. If that happens, take a deep breath, pause for a moment to collect your thoughts, and then respond. It's better to take a few seconds than to rush your answer. And remember, they're looking for your thought process and problem-solving skills.
That makes sense. Thanks, Mr. Lee. I feel more prepared now.
You're welcome. Just remember to stay calm, be yourself, and show them what you're capable of. You've got this, Sam.
Thanks. I'm ready to go.
Good luck. I know you'll do great.
What can be inferred about Sam's mindset at the start of the conversation? What is the main reason the job coach suggests Sam practice in front of a mirror? Why does the job coach advise Sam to mention a real weakness during the interview? What is the primary benefit of Sam mentioning his leadership achievement in customer service? Why is the question, "Tell me about yourself," considered important in interviews? What can be inferred about the job coach's approach?
You will hear a news item once. It is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. Choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu.
A powerful earthquake struck the heart of New York City late last night, rattling skyscrapers and sending thousands of residents scrambling for safety. The tremor, registering at a magnitude of 6.7 on the Richter scale, struck at 10:45 p.m. local time, with its epicenter located just off the Atlantic coast, approximately 100 miles from the city. Witnesses described the ground shaking violently as buildings swayed, and a chorus of sirens filled the night air as emergency services rushed to respond to reports of damage and trapped residents. In Lower Manhattan, glass windows were shattered, and debris fell from older structures, creating hazardous conditions for passersby. Subway services were halted due to concerns over potential structural damage to tunnels and stations, stranding commuters in the dark and causing widespread delays. Authorities immediately issued an emergency alert, urging people to stay away from damaged buildings and to remain calm. The mayor's office confirmed that while there were reports of injuries, the full extent of casualties was still being assessed as first responders worked tirelessly throughout the night. Hospitals reported an influx of patients suffering from minor injuries, ranging from cuts to bruises, while emergency teams conducted rapid assessments of public infrastructure to determine the risk of further collapses. As dawn approached, the city's iconic skyline stood resilient, though cracks and visible damage were evident in various areas. Public officials have urged citizens to remain vigilant and prepared as aftershocks were expected to follow. Authorities are coordinating efforts to provide immediate relief and stabilize affected communities, promising updates as damage assessments continue. The earthquake has sparked a conversation on preparedness in urban centers, not traditionally seen as seismic hotspots, with experts warning that the city must review and enhance its emergency response plans.
You will listen to a 2 minutes video, then 8 questions appear. Choose the best way to answer each question.
All right, guys, it's movie night. We need to decide on a genre. What are we feeling?
I'm leaning towards a thriller. I'm in the mood for something suspenseful. You know, like edge of your seat kind of movie.
I'm actually feeling something lighthearted tonight. Maybe a comedy. I could really use some laughs after this crazy week.
Both sound great, but we have to find a middle ground. How about a comedy thriller? That way, we get the suspense with some humor mixed in.
Comedy thriller sounds interesting. Any suggestions, Lily?
How about The Nice Guys? It's a funny action comedy with some thrilling moments. It could be the perfect mix.
Oh, I love that one. It's got just the right balance. All right, it's settled then. Now, we need to figure out how to set up the viewing area. Do we want to make it cozy with blankets, or go all out with snacks and drinks?
Definitely cozy. Let's grab a few blankets and pillows and pile them on the floor. We'll create a nice, comfy spot to lie down.
I agree, comfy sounds perfect. But we should also have some snacks, maybe popcorn and some candy. We can make it feel like we're at the movies.
Popcorn, yes. And let's get some soda and maybe a few different kinds of chips too. I'll grab the snacks if you two can help me set up the area.
Sounds like a plan. I'll arrange the chairs around the blankets so we have plenty of space. We don't want to be cramped while we're watching.
I can start setting up the lights. Let's keep it dim to create that movie theater vibe, but not too dark so we can still see each other when we talk during the film.
Perfect. I'll make sure we have everything ready on the table. I'm so excited for tonight, it's going to be fun.
Agreed. A movie night with the perfect mix of comedy and thrills, and all the snacks we could ask for. This is going to be awesome.
Can't wait. Let's get it all set up.
You will hear a report once. It is about 3 minutes long. Then 6 questions will appear. Choose the best way to answer each question from the drop-down menu.
Smart homes represent the convergence of technology and convenience, transforming traditional living spaces into intelligent, automated environments that enhance comfort, security, and efficiency. These homes are equipped with interconnected devices and systems, often controlled via smartphones or voice-activated assistants, enabling seamless management of various aspects of daily life. For instance, smart thermostats learn and adjust to residents' preferences, optimizing energy consumption, while smart lighting systems adapt to natural light levels or activity patterns. Security is significantly enhanced through smart locks, cameras, and sensors that can be monitored remotely, providing real-time updates and alerts. Moreover, appliances like refrigerators, washing machines, and ovens are becoming smarter, capable of diagnostics, reminders, and even self-regulation. Smart homes are also eco-friendly, incorporating systems to monitor and reduce energy and water usage, contributing to a sustainable lifestyle. The Internet of Things, IoT, plays a pivotal role, enabling these devices to communicate and collaborate efficiently, making the home more responsive to human needs. Despite these advancements, challenges such as data privacy, cybersecurity risks, and high initial costs remain concerns. However, as technology evolves, smart homes are becoming increasingly accessible, offering tailored solutions for diverse lifestyles. These advancements not only simplify household management, but also improve the quality of life by creating a personalized and adaptive living environment. Smart homes are no longer a futuristic concept, but a growing reality, reshaping the way people interact with their living spaces